Так, народ, короче, какая-то опять ошибка появилась, опять она же. Не знаю, что это за бред. Мы продолжаем задротить эту прекрасную кровавую игру. Прекрасную кровавую. Простуда у мужика. Тут все заболели, переутомление, боль. Блин, опять на стриме эта хрень. Я думал, это этот кол так типа звучит. Повторение какое-то, блядь. Боль, боль, при боли, утомление. Со светом. Со светом. Чё за хрень опять на стриме? Ёбаный рот. Что за хуйня, блядь? То есть до чего это?
Look lively! We have to stop it! We found one! Christ!
belong to you now.
Good evening.
I need blood.
Do you recall?
I can.
Well,
Thank you.
I'll leave.
I met him in New York once.
Good evening.
Doctor,
Do you need any?
yeah, I
Goodbye.
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How?
Good evening. Good evening to you. Do you need wood? There. Good.
Boy.
I'm okay.
Do you need a? You are not.
And you have.
I have.
Я уже давал лекарства, эй, сколько можно?
Don't waste your time with me.
И все лечится. Ты чё? Все нормально. Тут. Куда? Это кто? Не знаю. Не, вообще. Этих я никогда не видел. А, стоп, этих я знаю. Давайте глянем. А что тут есть? Ну, все продают нормальные. Нужные, то есть. Нужен белый фосфор, но... Пока с вампиров и тот старик. Мужик,
Good evening.
ты продаешь сейчас?
I'd watch.
Что не продаешь? Блин, опять я забыл прокачать. Ладно, погнали сюда.
Get them weapons ready! Alive them! It's on to us! Want some? Watch yourselves! There's one of them! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Потерял. Нет. Ничего не выпадет мне, да? То, что мне надо, не упадет ни за что, блять. Пусть мужик продает. Он вряд ли мне продает. Да, ну типа вообще, я не знаю. Блин.
Waiting for you to let your guard down.
Women of all countries unite!
А стопудово не продает мне сейчас, не продаст. Даст мне. Мне надо вот
I may.
хуй тебе, вот, блядь, нет нахуй. Нет, блядь. Натрия, блядь. А, белый фост. Наконец-то. Наконец-то, блядь. Аллилуйя, нахуй. Там. Это. 5. Я только 2, да? Погнали по сюжетке тогда так. Что там у нас?
Where shall I eat?
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Сейчас я подойду.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with...
Окей. Иди. Ю. Я могу здесь припасть. Слушай, кинжал. Я в тот раз пропустил. А где? Чё? А, ой. Где? Здесь. А, вот он.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten...
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be...
Так, в общем, все понятно. Все понятно. Надо либо оставлять, ну то есть либо
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
It ain't human! Kill it! Filthy piece of shit! Roast it alive!
Там сверху кто-то еще есть.
We have to stop it! Die, vermin!
Пусти ты. Закрыто.
I cannot enter. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood. Скоро у меня огонь будет. Надо будет мне прокачать патроны. Тут, ага. I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Cannot win this!
Что в смысле? Закрытый. Да. Нет. Ну, проход-то. Упустил. Возможно.
Die, newborn!
Блять. Это... Августин. Будет очень тяжелый бой. Очень неожиданно. Таунчик.
Foolish Ekon!
Блять. Ага, этот меч, этот дробовик. Не то.
No! Give me... You shall learn to...
Иди дома. И мы справились.
It's locked. Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
Блядь. Как с игрой? Ёп. Блядь, не сидел. Похуй, блядь. Ёбаный рот. Ну, типа нет смысла. Окей. Зачем туда лестница? Нет, стой. Ладно.
You Londoners are no match for me!
How long are you going to keep me locked in here? Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be your wife!
О,
Miss Teasdale, are you all right?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
My name is Dr. Reed. I managed to track you down thanks to your father.
So my father really was looking after me. This man, this vampire told me my father was dead. Is it true?
I'm afraid so, miss. I'm so sorry for your loss. But you are free to go, as your abductor is no more.
I suppose my jailer also killed my father, didn't he?
Thankfully, he did not search your father's corpse, where I found his notes describing where he might find you. You should read them.
I must find my father's body. He deserves a proper burial.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again.
ух ты, вот такой. Погодите, а вы куда идти-то? Я чуть-чуть забыл. Попасть туда. Да, блять. Ну-ка. И сюда ты попал, блин. Что, блядь? Чё-то я немножко заблудился. Ты что, залезть? Как туда залезть? Чё? А чё? Не, стоп, погоди. Опа, уже не работает. Вряд ли. Я пришел. Клетка. Не пройти, не выйти. Вообще ничего нет. Внизу точно нечего делать. Внизу. Посмотрим, кому. Ну-ка. Так. Ну-ка. Просто что-то я туплю. Оп. Так, вот. В смысле, ни хера себе? Там есть какой-то такой ток, блять, который хер увидишь. Внизу. Капец, вот это да. Это да. Блять, пиздец. Как это так, а? Как так? А вот это да. Это да. Открылось или что, блядь? Курова не видел.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital.
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard.
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call.
What are you investigating, exactly?
I currently have a few missing persons cases. Mr. Tadao Kimura.
Tell me about... Where was...
Mr.
Tell me...
She's a...
Do you have...
No.
Do you need medical...
I'm fine, thank you, Dr.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And...
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need...
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years. It's the only...
Why?
Because...
Then
I am... He's older than me. I think.
Is that all?
Pericles... I don't...
You must...
From what?
Who are you waiting?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a
But what...
I don't know. At least...
I'm afraid I'm not following you.
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you?
Goodbye.
London that I knew.
Боль вбиваю. Мы все прокачали. Я нахуй терпи. Пару раз, если я хотя бы один раз посплю, сейчас не страшно. Все заболели, прекрасно. Пять. Умение и боль. Нету. Погоди, ты у меня. Окей.
Looks like an aristocrat.
Так, блин, успокойся.
Have faith. Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here. Murderous bastard! Stop, vampire!
Блять. Твою мать, тепло. Иду сейчас в особняк, особняк.
Better go home, sir. Stop now!
Ивана.
Hello.
Do you need my...
Indeed.
You
Sounds so...
good...
Seems violence and madness are now contagious.
Doctor,
Do you need...
I'm afraid I'm gonna have caught some...
You'll quit...
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ну, опять случился герой. Я иду вперед, а он идет в бок. Хватит, блядь, что за... Грой нахуй. Спасибо.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you.
I am sorry,
hope you can stay a
I can't
little
help.
longer this time.
Good evening, Miss Price.
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who he...
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you...
Oh, yes.
Do you need my...
Oh, please.
Don't be shy.
Thank you, sir.
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes. A very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books. And then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Miss...
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been...
too long in...
Do you need...
Oh, yeah,
I'm just...
perhaps.
May I...
It's always... I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Я знаю, где находится, я знаю. Вот, это коровая. Это который жрет крыс, да. И в котором мы спасли. Эй. Ты кто? А, ты. Понятно. Эту загадку, что ли? Это что никак?
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't...
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the
The cards told you to...
Yes, they tell me everything. They told me that you struggle hard not to take...
How do you measure the amount of blood on my
I
hand?
told you. The cards always...
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor.
All right.
The walls of your prison have already been raised, Jonathan. but you will freely accept to be locked inside, full of hope for a better day.
How do you met?
I told
Is
you,
it?
the vamp.
Я уже...
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely... Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
Покер на эту загадку. Болеет, кстати, или нет? Говна кусок.
The Empress, again.
Do you You'll... Goodbye.
I rarely... Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
Yeah, да?
Leech spotted! Watch out, boys!
Отвали.
Nobody takes them serious.
Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed. Oh, thank God you returned safely from these...
Please, don't mention.
Good.
Do you need... I will... Goodbye.
It's always been your house, Dad. Not mine.
Блин. Опять 25. Ладно, вык. Продай мне то, что мне надо.
I may...
Один. Осталось два, блядь. Осталось два. Серьезно. Мне надо лекарство дать. Что это?
Do you need...
You would...
А, у меня закончился лекарство. Класс.
I will... Goodbye.
Вот вижу здесь. Ёбнутый. Ёбу дал хули, как всегда.
I'll put an end to you!
Блять, это я. Там. Чума.
I'll kill you!
Вот такое. Взрыв был. Так, боль и переутомление, да? Утомление. Утомление. А, еще это. Вот это и.
Hello.
Jonathan!
Do you need...
Oh, you know I always refuse to let you listen to my chat.
I think...
I'm not...
Good.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Women die too in this war.
Good evening.
Can I help?
Do you need...
I don't need your help specifically. I can assure you there are many competent doctors around.
I have no doubt about it. But I'm offering you...
All right then.
Goodbye.
При лекарство, сучка тупая.
Nobody takes him seriously.
Goody.
I may have...
Не помню. Мало ли.
Good evening.
Do you need...
You would...
Don't...
I can...
Good...
Это крысоедка, да? А где она вообще? И мне ее там искать-то? Ладно.
Rats.
Can I help you, Miss...
Yes.
I...
Me.
I need to find...
Don't...
I must...
Support the equality between men.
Good evening.
And good...
What do you know about...
That man is a tyrant. The embodiment of greed and self...
Такая привлекательная дела.
Goodbye.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect...
always been your house.
Уже
Dad.
все как один говорят, что он уебище. Ясно. Никого. Перечиться. Студа, ладно, не страшно. Всё, нормально. Просто тяжелая. Я всего этого мужика собрал, блядь. Просто. Серьезно, всего одного.
Crush the leech, boys!
Ой.
Bloody leech! Eat this! Let's pin it down!
There is something strange and incoherent about everything. So much violence.
What has happened to the London that I knew?
Bloody monster!
Конечно.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains. Am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Не, мы не будем делать из него вампира. Я очень послушаю людей. И говорят, что он убил. Ну, ёбище. Пора. Скорее всего, так и есть. Тут все.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
I'm the only vampire in the room for now, so please indulge me.
All right, all right. What is it you wish to ask?
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
Let's move on, then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
By doing so, you will also create two separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen, as long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last! All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Смотрим. Бля. Ну, короче, я не всех просил. Блин, вот.
You don't deserve immortality, Mr. Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on about?
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
I would have lived forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
Ну и хуй с ним. гандошу вашего старичка. Я абсолютно не жалею. Это уже на подходе уже стоит. Мудила, мудила. Мудень.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn, as expected?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
He didn't survive the procedure. He was too weak.
This is unacceptable, nevertheless. You were given the simplest task.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Step away, traitor. Return to your dubious friends and your decrepit hospital. Do not dare show yourself again, you...
Иди в задницу. Это старик... Этот старик заслужил смерть. Он не блан. Еблан. Опа. Ты. А, ты это. Здорово.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Lady Ashbury. You know her. Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
No time to lose.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message?
Tell her I worry about.
Do not. For she has had strength and wisdom for so much longer than you. Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames.
Хорошо, что я тебя убил, блядь. Ты еблан. А этого я не специально убил. Блин. А я думаю, хотя бы оставим в живых.
You really thought you could...
вампиров побольше, наверное, будет. Для меня.
A lot of people are talking about this colossal.
Куда? Простуды.
Perhaps I should look into it.
Hello, Mr.
Hello.
This district seems to get uglier every year.
Yes?
Do you need some... Well,
Free.
goodbye.
А ну все, один день. А, это, блядь, это чувак. Где вампиры? Изделие надо проставлять. А, прекрасно.
I don't care! Your prey is mine now! Your
Собаки какие-то. Закрыто.
Seriously.
Ай, мужик.
Goody.
Ай.
I may...
Women of all countries unite!
Старик ёбаный. Ну, меня.
Why can't I forgive you, Father?
Women's right to vote is only the first step!
mine!
Если что, мне сейчас продадут 2 штучки.
Издеваться это. Ну все болеют, да? Тут у нас все заболели. Чего это? Чё? Смотрим, что. Да. Боль. Будешь. Тоже.
Returned from the war too. But the poor man does not seem well.
Do you need...
I what?
Goodbye.
Of course. If you wish to stay tonight, your room is ready.
Yes, Jonathan. Spending next summer in France.
Yes?
Do you need...
I won't refuse, sir. I don't...
Here is your prescription.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Of course.
Это найти надо девку. Узнай, где она. Давай, продай мне этот ёбаный, блядь.
Good evening.
I'm один, блядь. Один, нахуй. Блядь. Блядь, настолько редкая поебень, что, блядь. Ждать несколько
Good evening. Do you need a little... What? I hope we... You need...
Все, отвали. Где твоя жена, блядь? Опа. Жена.
Hello? Is anyone there? Thank you, Venus. May I...
I was going to bed.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes.
Of course you may end. Know that you are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
Без этого я не могу не играть. Надо жестко.
I remember when Mary came here with her her husband and her son. They were such a beautiful family.
It's locked. It's a pleasure to...
So you returned from the war in...
How is...
Probably...
Do you need my...
It would have...
And I'm...
Thank you. You know that you are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
Ну, там осталось зайти там. Так. Блять, вот этот мужик. Давайте зайдем где-нибудь. Пускай. Нужно, интересно, нет? Вряд ли, конечно, что-то нужно. Вампиры нет.
Elizabeth, I'm so...
It is also good to see you in these darkened hours.
Indeed, we stand upon the precipice. Has the news reached you of Edgar Swansea?
No. I returned home but moments ago.
Your friend, the well-informed old Bridget, tells me the Guard of Priwen has assaulted Pembroke. I fear Edgar tops their bloody list.
Bridget. She is such a tragic figure. And yet...
I had the impression you despised Skulls, and now you find them delicate?
You have persuaded me, Jonathan. It has been a very long time indeed since anyone has changed my opinion of anything of note.
I was concerned for your safety. McCullum draws too close to you for my comfort.
Fear not. I've evaded the Hunters for many a year, and I intend to stay far from...
Aloysius Dawson is no more.
I imagine the Lord Redgrave with spitting teeth.
Ascalon has defrocked me and threatens to hound me from the city. This was, no doubt, inevitable.
You did what you thought was right at the time. One can ask no more. The important task now at hand is to help poor Edgar.
Now I am assured of your safety. That is precisely my intention.
Good. Now go, my dear, and return with good news.
Сильный, что ли, женщина? Блин, я теперь понимаю, как слышат люди, как эти Мар. Или в больницу.
Leech spotted!
We have to stop it!
This is no place for you, sir. You're mine! Shit! Needle trick! Lord Redgrave was right to suspect you were not proper.
Равно не выпал.
What is this trouble?
A leech! A leech!
Are the vampire hunters here already?
England won't fight for us.
Good evening, Milk.
Good evening, Doctor.
I'd like...
Wise choice.
Giant morgue disguised as a hospital. That's in Pembroke nowadays.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar? Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood.
Тут босс, да? Давайте стреляем.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts your kind.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for what he did.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No! I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are!
You're the progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. Show some style. Fight like a man. Come on, Reed.
Я не на ту кнопку 2 раза нажал. Какой-то ебанат, он вообще ничего не знает, не понимает.
Your poisonous bite is useless on me. Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt. I'll pin you down!
Блин. Я себе, блядь, совет очень... Совет очень сильно нас бьет.
Come on, Reed. Try something else. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much? prevails! True light will cleanse you! If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so?
Ебать.
I know! Your poisonous bite is useless on me.
Все равно нахуй. Я уйду, блядь, от него нахуй. Он все равно, блядь, догоняет нахуй. Я, сука, сейчас выпью всю кровь, блядь, Лондона нахуй. Победить. Если он меня выбесит.
Show some style. Fight like a man. Pre-wind prevails!
Это ёбаный дурло, блядь.
True light will cleanse you. Come on,
блядь, ёбаный сын. Да, блядь, пиздец, он... Да мечом ёбаным. Я заберу, кстати, этот меч, скорее всего. А, блядь, он такой сильный, это пиздец. Блядь, вот что? С ним он меня мгновенно убивает. Ёбаный сын. Я ни с кем еще столько так долго не дрался. Блядь, естественно.
Your poisonous bite is useless on me. Show some style. Fight like a man. I know! It hurts, doesn't it? Pre-wind prevails! Come on, Reed. Try something else.
Под меч нельзя. Под меч что? А под меч нельзя, блядь.
Your poisonous bite is useless on me. Close your eyes. This is gonna hurt. Or pin you down!
Блять, все равно попробую сделать.
Show some stuff. If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much? The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me.
Да, у него классно. Блять, свет ёбаный. Я все равно достал. Ёбаный рот. Какой это? Вообще не убрать. Вообще не играл.
If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much? We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Priwen. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
Ну-ка, ну-ка, ну-ка. Ебать. Ну-ка заценим, что будет.
I'll spare you, McCullum. I'll offer you the mercy you never offered me.
What is this ruse?
This is no ruse, McCullum. This is me letting you go. After all, you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
See? Progress already. You called me by my name. Until the next time. Goodbye, Hunter.
Я думаю, я у него возьму меч. Хотя бы. Меч вроде нормальный. блядь, не хватило опять. Мне постоянно не хватает стамины, блядь. Ну что, скорости, блядь, не хватает, алё, блядь. Аминь. Это меня... Нет, почему? Ты заебёшь меня, да? Блять, не стамина, сука, ебаный рот. Ну какая у меня, блять, сука. Лаша нахуй. Блять. Ебаный. Довольно близко.
Good evening.
Shane.
Do you need a...
It...
I am...
Forgive.
Good. Good evening. Sure. So,
I'm not...
do you need...
Yes,
You... Good.
Fancy pop.
You never... Right then.
Да, ты давал никогда мне. Вот на. Нет. Звуком. Звук пропал. Это было легко. Да, уровень же маленький. А вообще, кому там плохо? Найти, это найти.
Good evening. Do you need us? That would be... If you... Thank you. Goodbye. Mr. Eve, since I... Well... In fact... What? Good.
Пацанов найти. Там, блядь. Тебе надо... Там у нас где-то... Вот он.
How are you, boy? Do you need a...
Please.
There you go.
Very fun.
Goodbye.
Я всех полечу. О, блядь, нихуя. Сам, ты уверен, что ты сможешь справиться? Ебать. Ебаная камера. Этот мудил, блядь, он намного опаснее, чем вампир, блядь. Блядь, я не слышу, не пизду, пойдет еще это. Ебаный, блядь, какие пиздят своим ножом, нахуй. Сука, нет, нихуя. Ринги ебаные, я выпали вампира, блядь. Вампира, блядь. Yeah.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore.
I am Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for...
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you have...
It seems that I owe you my...
Goodbye, Mr. Are you...
Yes.
Goodbye.
Если мне туда. Слишком сильная. Что там? Этот, блядь, пацан. Ишь ты, блядь.
Good evening, sir.
Dr. Reed.
Is there
No, it's...
That's odd. I'm afraid...
Hmm.
Do you need...
I'm
I don't...
Says that...
Goodbye.
Устойчивость круто. Сука, заебло. Короче, в пизду. Блять, мужик, пожалуйста, просто продай мне сейчас, и все.
I may.
Ну это кусок дерьма настоящий. Не человек, блять. Так устал уже, блять. Предательска. Просто, сука, хочу себя огненный дробовик, блять. Мне не даешь это сделать, блядь. Тут, блять. Ну нахуй, блядь. Это он еще жив, что ли? И звук выстрела. Забыли поставить как. Капец. И патроны прокачаем. Еще. Не знаю, где она. Это я его. Нормально. Музыку меня не продаст. Серьезно, он сейчас не продаст мне. Давай, пидорас.
Goody.
I may have...
Это, блять. Спасибо, нахуй. Возвращаемся обратно. Делаем огненный дрон. Есть? Надо 5, а у меня 6. Откуда у меня? Куда-то я не туда зашел. И туда. А. Ну не пока больше картечь. Почему? Видишь, у тебя...
Good evening.
I may...
Ну-ка, ты продай? Нет, не продай. Стоп. А, это мое, блин. Ладно, погнали. Погнали. Здесь как-то. Я его атаки вообще не слышал. Мне тут повезло, блин. Я не знаю, блин. Ты ебешь, стрелять не надо. Ебал. Что-то с игрой случилось вообще.
So Priwen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters. Ебать, народ, нахуй.
на патрон, блядь, вот. О, нихуя. Офигенно. Ой, в смысле, блядь?
I can't believe I'm doing this. Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence. I cannot enter. It's locked. It's locked, all right. It's locked. I cannot enter. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Блядь, конечно, она не откроется, блядь.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind. Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Смотрим. Оставить умирать.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!
Ебать, я в минусе. Капец. Блин, просто минус 1400. Ты жил, свет. Я тебя оставил. Надо что-то делать, блин. Нахуй. Я не могу понять, кто.
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Want some of this? Bloody monster! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Ебать вас. В общем, можно заканчивать, народ. Вряд ли кто-то меня смотрел, конечно. Все, пора заканчивать. Всем пока. Удачи. И сегодня продолжим. Пока.